Bruins, Blues, Tuesday on ESPN.
That Tim just described that third quarter avalanche. How did it all come together from your vantage point?
Just getting stops. I thought we started the second half the way we were supposed to, just getting stops, letting our defense dictate our offense. Obviously, we're talented offensively, but, we take a lot of pride defensively. So I thought we got stops and, we got some shots to go in and, got everybody going.
Quinn, you all as a team are so familiar with these moments and absorbing other teams' runs and then delivering your own. In that second quarter, building's on fire, you all are down 12. What's Coach Kerr's message to you all as a group?
Oh, weather the storm. Weather the storm. I thought, we weathered their storm the way we were supposed to. We closed the second quarter out the right way, had some momentum going to the second half. And, we've been in this situation before at all aspects of the season and every level of the playoffs. So guys have no panic in them. And our leaders do a great job of just keeping everybody composed. And, like I said earlier, the third quarter really started our, run for, the win tonight.
Whether it's Boogie coming back from an injury and delivering, whether it's Bogut off the bench with, I believe it was 3 alley-oops, whether it's you, next man up's a cliche in sports, but all of the guys who were the next guys up for you delivered. For you personally, those shots, delivering the way you did, the satisfaction you feel in a moment sitting here right now is what?
Great, obviously, to win in the finals is definitely great, especially here, to get one here, go back, to Oakland. 1-1 is definitely big. It definitely, changes things in the series, but obviously it's a long series left. So to get this win feels amazing. Obviously everybody stepping up makes it even better. And with guys out, Clay getting hurt, getting banged up, Loon getting banged up, K still out. Guys just have to step up, and we always have our brothers back. So, guys have had confidence in us all season. We have confidence in each other and in ourselves, and, it paid off tonight.
Well, I know what you know, and that's when the time comes, the DMV is ready to stand up, and I see you doing your thing, man. Congratulations on delivering a big way and making those big shots, and thanks for sitting down with us here on the show, Quinn.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. That's Quinn Cook, and this is SportsCenter. Golden State gets back and evens up this series, and part of the reason why Quinn Cook's contributions were required is that not only was, Iguodala comes back from the injury. Obviously, Durant is out. But in this game, Klay Thompson, who was playing fantastic basketball, goes out with a hamstring strain. Steve Kerr moments ago describing the situation there.
Not really. Klay said he'll be fine, but, Klay could be half dead and he'd say he'd be so, we'll see. He pulled his hamstring. He thinks it's minor. So I don't know what that means going forward. And Loon, something with his shoulder, and so we'll see. Sorry, that's all I got.
Given all those things in play, what were the keys you thought of the team ultimately prevailing over this?
Well, I said yesterday and today that 109 points is plenty to win the game. Which is what we had in game one, but we gave up 118. So it was all about our defense, and we held them to 37% and, forced 15 turnovers and guarded the three-point line well. So it was championship defense, and that's what it's going to take.
Nick, back left, standing.
Steve, Nick Friedel, ESPN. Back. How would you put into context the performance DeMarcus gave you, given the fact that he's missed 6 weeks and he tore his quad?
I thought he was great. I mean, we came in thinking, all right, he can, maybe play 20 minutes, and he gave us almost 28. There was only one time in the game when he needed a rest, which was mid-fourth, and we gave him a couple minutes and then got him back in the game. But he was fantastic, and, we needed everything he gave out there, his rebounding, his toughness, his physical presence, getting the ball in the paint, and just playing big like he does. We needed all of that, so I thought he was fantastic.
Phil. Hey, Steve.
Obviously, repeating is difficult. You try to go 3 in a row, and you're going to need health on your side, and you see that currently It's a bit of walking wounded. DeMarcus Cousins comes back, plays as well as he does. Andre Iguodala dealing with the calf issues. He delivers the ultimate knockout blow. Kevon Looney wasn't able to go in this one because of the chest contusion. And then Klay Thompson, obviously, out with that hamstring that Coach Kerr was just talking about. We welcome in the great Doris Burke now. And Doris, look, there's so many things to look at here, and I guess I would just start with the guys that were on the floor and were asked to deliver, were able to. What does that say about the collective of this group?
I just thought the whole night was the epitome of championship medal. When you want to understand what it looks like, it looked like tonight from the Golden State Warriors, and it was across the board. The confidence that Quinn Cook showed in knocking down shots after Klay Thompson hits that, the thigh injury or the hamstring injury, Kevon Looney going down. I mean, I thought it was extraordinary across the board, and it was really, to me, I know there were some X's and O's, but to me it was about toughness and make them feel you, and defensively having the pride to say, you're not doing to us what you did the other night. Championship medal, that's what this was all about for me.
I completely agree, and I think, you heard Draymond after that last game talk about what Siakam did, and he said, look, we're not going to have that. I mean, 52 in game one, he and Gasol combined for 18. When Kerr says make them feel us, you asked him specifically about that. Doris, what do they mean? What does that mean specifically?
Well, I think first and foremost, you have to come with a level of intention, and it starts always with getting back in transition. When we asked Steph and Draymond what did not translate on film that you saw in game one, and spot on immediately, both of them said speed. So the first thing they had to do was get back and build their defense and make them play in a half court. Then it's about intention. What are you trying to do from a tactical standpoint? What are you sending at Kawhi Leonard? How are you recovering to shooters? It just felt like a completely different team on the defensive end. And I will say this, and I heard Jeff Van Gundy talk about this, like at some point, when do you not have enough? It felt fragile tonight, Scott. I missed a good portion of this basketball game because I was constantly heading back to the locker room for one injury or another. I think in light of what they had to fight through just in the course of the game, and Steph Curry, I'm telling you the truth, he tried to sprint off the floor because he was not feeling well, and he's a consummate pro, and he came back and answered the questions, but he wasn't right all night long. So this to me was just a special win. If they walk away with this championship, they're going to remember game two on the road in Toronto.
Yep, because it was really in many respects not a work of art, but nobody cares when you're having a parade, man. Can you win 4 games? And you got to win them ugly, and they did. Doris, appreciate the time always.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. Another look at the winning play, what ultimately provided a cushion that was too great for the Raptors to overcome. After very nearly losing the ball, Livingston finds Iguodala, and a former Finals MVP looked at it, thought about it for a split second, like, I'll pull this. All of y'all, hold this L. Take it with you. Big shot from Iguodala. And that helps Steve Kerr vault up this list. As a player and a coach, the man's been involved in the finals 10 times. It's almost embarrassing. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Look at that company. He's now up to 76 victories. We welcome in Paul Pierce. And Paul, Doris was just talking about the fragile nature of the guys on the court and who is able to go and who's not. I want to ask you about a Raptors team that was cooking with gas, man.